Well, this is really an exciting meeting in that it's hard to believe, but it was a year ago that our committee first met. And to begin the journey by educating the community about child sex trafficking in Southern Nevada. And one of our goals was to have an educational forum. We're called actually a grassroots forum, and that has come to fruition on October the 19th, 5:30 to 7:30 in the evening. And David Dendy, who's the pastor of the church and also one of our fellow Rotarians, he has lent us his church, Mountain View Presbyterian Church, for that evening. So we're very excited. They hold about, he said, about 300 people max, what they hold there roughly. So now as we move forward now, two areas that we need to talk about tonight is marketing and event logistics. Part of the marketing, we will have ads running in the Summerline, which is a publication for the Summerlin area here in Las Vegas, and it goes to 33,000 households. And that's going to run in the September and October issue. And then we're also going to do an ad in the Red Rock Lifestyle magazine, and that goes to about 7,500 houses, also with a higher demographic, is what their demographic is in the Summerlin area. So those also going to be out September and October. And beginning in September, we will start doing media relations. And so are there any ideas that you might have for media relations for this event? Is there particular media that we should target, and also maybe particular media that we should avoid? Any suggestions or ideas?
Do we have someone that could write a press release?
Yes. That's me.
That's you. So we get a press release. Then we need to
Yeah.
find somebody who's got good connections with the, possibly the news stations.
Oh, this is Christine. I'm happy to jump in and
Yeah, go ahead.
For St. Jude's, sorry, for some reason I can't see you all. My screen went dark, but you can
Okay.
see me and hear me, right? I assume.
Yes, I can see you
Yes.
and hear you.
Okay. I have a PR company that does really well for us at St. Jude's Ranch for Children. So Paige Candy does my press releases, and we tend to get quite a bit of news attention from different folks. So happy to ask Paige to assist in either writing the press release or reviewing it and then sending it out. Since St. Jude is part of it, I'd be happy to offer that.
Okay, thank you. Very, very nice. What's your agency called?
The PR company is her company. The one we contract with is Candy, CANDEE Communications.
Okay.
She's been around for a bit. That's a great one, Christina.
Yes. Paige is awesome.
She knows the Red Rock Lifestyle as well. That publication.
Yes, she's the editor. Yes, that's right. She is the editor of Red Rock Lifestyle. So I could definitely talk to Paige about assisting us.
Okay.
This is Tom Novotny. I've known Paige for probably 10 years, maybe longer. She does a very good job. So you couldn't go wrong there.
Okay, great. Yeah, just have her reach out to me, and I will coordinate with her.
Perfect.
That's perfect. That's great. Okay. Other ideas that we can reach? Pretty much, I guess, Southern Nevada. I mean, we're looking probably, of course, primarily Clark County and maybe up to Nye County, where we have what Pahrump is the main city up there. Maybe Lincoln, but I don't think we're probably going to go much further than that. And I'm not sure how many would come from Pahrump, because that's what, about 60 miles, something like that. but we might get some people from Pahrump, so we'll try Nye County as well as Clark. We do have a connection with Channel 6, the CW, is that right? Yeah, Channel 6 CW. And we use them to promote our pizza event back in April. And I'm gonna talk to the, I can't remember her name offhand, but I think her name is Nicole. And I'm gonna talk to her, see if we can get a segment. She did a nice segment for us on the pizza night. And I'm gonna talk to her, see if we can get a segment on there for this event as well. Okay. I think with Paige's help, I think probably that will probably be the majority of what we will work with at this time, and then augment it as we see what other things we can do. I don't know where we would distribute them, but we have a flyer developed. Is there a way to distribute them? Are there places that could be distributed, or would that not be an effective tool?
I think maybe what you consider, and Paige would probably be excellent for this too, rather than a paper flyer, is how can you, grassroots effort it through the social media channels.
Okay, grassroots to social media.
Yeah,
Perfect.
if you can geo-track it to, the areas that we want. Many of us have got, plenty of connections around the community with
Mhm.
nonprofits that there would be a synergy with. Get it in the right hands of the right people and some of the other nonprofits to collaborate with, and they could potentially push it out to their distribution lists as well.
Okay. I know that Lynn Green from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, I've been talking to her, and she's working on doing a sheet listing resources for people who are seeking agencies, social service agencies, and nonprofits and other organizations for assist. So I'll also reach out to her to see what nonprofit she might recommend that maybe we would talk to, and maybe see if they would put something in their publications or send out information to their, I guess, donors or people who volunteer for that organization. Does anybody know if there's any connections? I guess maybe I can talk to David, but for like religious churches and synagogues and that type of thing. I know there's Jewish Nevada, because that's just right down the street from where we live. I pass it all the time. Like,
We can certainly reach out to, we've got, Hope Church, who we have involved in this.
right, yeah.
So they're part of a pretty good congregation. And the folks that operationally run that are, advisors to many other religious institutions. So I think that I could take that on and talk to the folks.
Yeah, talk to Kat, because she's going to be one of our speakers.
Yeah.
And maybe Kat would maybe be able to know how to reach out to some others.
I can't believe you had all those problems.
Someone mentioned Tom or something?
Are you out of the woods yet? Or
Yeah, Tom he's on another call, sounds like.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
it's improving.
If I could add, is it Nevadans for the Common Good? Are you all familiar with them?
Yeah.
Nevada for the Common Good.
Yeah, Nevadans for the Common Good, and I thought that they had a. I'm just looking it up real quick. They.
No, I guess. Well, I've never heard. Maybe I lived it.
I thought.
Intestines
Um,
twisted.
Must be.
Great intestines.
Nope.
Twisted too. A lot of people try to explain things to us different ways, but other shoulder. Yeah, Lily. You can look it up, but what it boils down to.
Nevada for Common Good.
It's Nevadans for the Common Good, and I thought they were based.
After surgery, and they can't wake it up.
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
that's what it is.
I've never had that
I'm
problem.
doing a search here myself,
So
see if we can come.
it's used to being asleep, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but then that affects so many other organs.
Yeah.
I can't see. Maybe could somebody mute who's speaking?
Yeah, can we
Whoever the
mute,
leader is?
Tom, if you're on a phone or something, could you mute?
My fault, sorry.
Yeah, I got a website here, who we are.
So Nevadans for the Common Good, and then there's the Interfaith Council. I thought the Nevadans for the Common Good were faith-based, but maybe I was wrong. But the Las Vegas Interfaith Council,
LV Interfaith. Yeah, this one is, I'm looking at it. It looks like, this is Common is a broad-based network of local institutions, faith-based, nonprofit, educational, labor, and civic organizations that come together to develop leaders, identify shared issues affecting our communities, and take action around these issues. Well, that might be,
so they have identified child sex trafficking as one of their priority areas, at least a couple of
Okay.
years ago when I talked with them. I haven't talked to anybody over there in some time, but that could be a good person, good organization to reach out
Okay.
that would have folks that are interested in potentially participating. And
Mhm,
then the other one that I would offer is the Interfaith Council of Southern Nevada. So that is
interfaith.
certainly the religious entity that has representation from multiple faiths.
Mhm,
And if you're not familiar, but Guard Jameson is the president, I believe, of the Interfaith Council. And I could certainly share it with, share the flyer with Guard. I know
Okay.
Guard Jameson has certainly been very supportive of our project, the Healing Center to Combat Child Sex Trafficking. And also he sits on the Children's Advocacy Alliance, and there's multiple entities that Guard is participating in. But
mhm.
specifically for religious organizations, the Interfaith Council of Southern Nevada appears to be a good, like somebody to go to that sort of has a lot of affiliations across the community in the faith-based community.
Okay. Yeah, Las Vegas Interfaith Council here. I'm just looking here real quickly. Yeah, this would be good.
I just wanted to offer that.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm just looking here. Yeah, this would be an excellent also to hit or to talk to. Okay. Okay, so we have those. And I'll contact also Jewish Nevada. Again, it's just right up the street from where I live. They might, since they do deal with a lot of children, this might be an issue that they might also will resonate with them. Other ideas? We seem to have some great ideas. So we'll be looking at with Candy Public Relations. Thank you, Christina, for that. And we'll take a look, and I'll make contact with Channel 6, and I'll make some calls to the Nevadans for Common Good and the Interfaith Council, and let's see where we can get with those. Okay. If there's anything others that you haven't thought of at this time, just send me an email or text, and we can put them on the list. Any other things under marketing? Event logistics. One of the things I mentioned earlier is that Elen Green is working on an information sheet that we can hand out to attendees, to guests. that night. And also we'll hand out, we have a small brochure for the Rotary Club, and we will hand that out as well to the guests who attend the information. So one of the things we're going to need for the evening, and we'll also have to talk to my club or our club as well, is our volunteers. Couple of areas, of course, we need somebody at the open that can pass out the information sheets. One of the things I'm going to do after the event is I'm going to ask for people who might be interested to participate in the grassroots campaign on this cause. And so as they exit the auditorium, we'll need somebody there who would have a signature, or not signatures, but have forms where they can put down their names and their email address, so we can contact them. One of the things, as you notice on our flyer, is that we set a suggested donation of $15. We will also mention that at the end, and we'll need somebody or a couple people out there also who would be collecting donations that people would want to make. And another area, the church has a lot of parking, but I would suggest that we rope off 4 spaces for our speakers so that they would have ease to find a space. And so we'll need somebody who can monitor that area, which is not going to be the most glamorous, but we'll need somebody who can direct them to those to their spaces, so it will be easier for them. Any other things that we need to talk about in terms of event logistics? We're not going to have any food. We could have water there, and we'll see maybe about getting somebody to donate some water. That would probably be it.
Michael, on the donation piece, if I don't know the best way to do this, but it seems to me in our virtual world these days, if we could come up with something that is an electronic donation where we don't have to, so many people just don't really carry cash anymore. And I think, people are used to, Apple Pay, whatever it is. Yeah.
Well, yeah. One of the things, that's a good idea, the Apple Pay. I know the club's working on getting wireless charge card readers. So that could be something there. Do you know much about these apps?
No, but I could probably ask some of my nonprofit folks.
Yeah, could you check on maybe those apps, pay apps, or whatever you call them?
Yeah, it's just so much. Our world is so convenient now, and we just have to take advantage of the technology that's out there. And there might be some fees, but boy, it normally works out in your benefit if you do it right.
Well, I know I use Cash App for some of the people that I do business with. Okay. And it's so easy, Yeah, you just put in the amount and their email address, and it goes right to their account. So yeah, if you could check into that and maybe whatever cost might be involved. And we're looking at the wireless readers for our events, our wine event in October, and our Mardi Gras in March. And we're hoping that we will have those available for the wine. So that's a week before this event. And so we would have those available if somebody wanted to do a credit card at the event. I know that I was at an event at the church. It was a comedy night, and it was put on to raise some money for communities and schools. And I know at the end, people were putting cash into containers as they were going out, so we can have all that, all that available to them. Okay,
Mike, if I could suggest something that I just was recently brought to my attention, worked with a nonprofit EMS, Employment Means Success, for handicapped youth obtaining employment and so forth. And they started a GoFundMe. And I don't know if that's ever come to the table here. I was thinking that might be a perfect type of fundraiser, especially for human trafficking, that is raising so much interest now. And a GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Okay, well. Yeah, I know people do that for a little, I know like when there's been an accident or something, and they use it for victims' families. I know I've seen them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I-
also for general fundraising too, because it was very successful. They raised over $100,000
Holy moly.
in about 3.5 months or something like that.
Well, I'll check that out.
And again, it's, advertising, promotion, and,
Yeah,
making it known.
okay. So we'll check out that, the GoFundMe. Got the apps. Any other things that we need to discuss tonight? We will have one more meeting in September. In fact, the day of the event would normally be a day that we'd have the meeting, but we're having this event that evening. So, so if there's any other ideas or suggestions, okay, I'll write up some notes and send them out. If you again have any additional comments, ideas, just send them to me, text, email, and we will explore those as well. So our next meeting will be, well, actually before our next meeting, we'll actually be starting things before that meeting on September 21st, because the 1st of September, we need to start getting our media stuff out, start getting that out. So probably by the time we have our meeting, it will probably be some follow-up of what we've done with the outreach to other community organizations and the beginning of our media campaign. Okay. Anything else to cover tonight? It's been great. We only have a half hour, but we've done a lot in a half hour.
Yeah, well done. Thank goodness Christina joined the call.
Yeah, I'm glad, Christina.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course,
Yeah.
happy to help.
I really appreciate all your help.
I get to take credit for her though.
Okay, yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yes, and yes. And
Okay, so when's the next meeting?
the next meeting will be on September 21st,
September 21st. Okay.
and that will be our last meeting before we have our event on the 19th.
Okay.
And as we get closer to the event, I'm looking here at my calendar. Yeah, we have, I guess in late September, I'm just looking here about recruiting volunteers. I'm going to be meeting with our co-chairs of our community service committee on Tuesday. So I'm going to put a bug in their ear about doing some help with maybe getting volunteers for our event on the 19th. We will have at least a meeting in September. We have meetings on the 7th and the 21st. And then October, we have meeting on the 5th and again, the morning of the event. Okay. Any other items to bring to the floor table? This has been a wonderful meeting. I really appreciate all your input and assistance with putting this event together. It's going to be a wonderful evening. And it will start putting us on the map, the Rotary Club, the Summerlin Las Vegas Rotary Club, and we're going to start a grassroots campaign to get this issue, to educate people about this issue. And the next thing that we're thinking of in Los Angeles is maybe doing some individual sessions for parents, guardians, and maybe even some things for kids, children, just to educate them more specifically on the issue. And those would probably be smaller events, but that will not happen until sometime in 22.
Okay.
Any other contributions or anything else? Okay, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we will be talking to you over the next month, and we'll see you in a month.
Okay.
Take care.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.